Happy Mindset Monday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good weekend, and I wish you a great week ahead. Today, I'm going to talk about what gets in the way of growth for your clients, because typically, when clients are starting out and they're thinking about making changes in their life, even if it's taking part of a challenge or anything like that as part of working with you, they are going to feel like they're leaning into uncertainty and survival and threat response, and that kind of nervousness or fight, flight, freeze response will kick in because they're looking into the darkness. They don't really know. So the body and mind will play massive amounts of tricks on them. And that's going to hold them back from growing, from changing, from taking action. And so what I wanted to do is really just share a little bit about we must know what we're arguing against, or how to understand the minds of your clients so that you can help them argue for growth, argue for why to move forward, because you've an understanding and an acceptance that some of these, what are called cognitive distortions, will play out for your clients. And if we can accept them rather than judge them, our clients can actually let them go. They don't need to cling to them so tightly because we're resisting them, so they're resisting them, so they hold on to them tighter. So instead, when we understand that these are the things that will play out for your clients and hold them back from growing, because the intent is, let me tell you how dangerous the world is and how negative it is, like a negativity bias, so that you stay the same, so that you retreat, so that you don't move forward, because they're scary. It's unknown. It's uncertain. I could die there. The easiest thing to do is to play tricks on you, to distort reality so that you don't see it clearly. One way is filtering. So filtering is this kind of skewing attention towards the negative, dwelling on the negative, ruminating on the negative. Rumination comes from cows ruminate, like chew their cud. So they have four stomachs. They digest the food multiple times. Same with us dwelling on certain things. And even if there's positives in a situation, our mind will skew it to a negative. And this is true for us, and it's true for our clients. And so when we're aware of this, again, we can just accept that that's going to happen. So filtering will typically go towards the negative. So understanding that as the first one is really helpful. The next is all or nothing. And this is like that kind of like, either I do perfect or I do nothing. There's no shades of gray. It literally means like the standard for my performance must be unbelievable, world class, first time. And that'll affect then when I don't show up to that or can never meet those expectations. I'm awful, and that'll impact relationships and motivation as well. So being able, again, to accept that this will show up in your clients is really helpful and powerful. Overgeneralization is another one. So this is where one bad thing might have happened. And because that one bad thing happened, everything is bad, never ending, and it's forever, right? So words like always, never, everything, nothing, always going to be repeated in the stories that people who are overgeneralizing will do. And this can be in your thoughts about the world or about you as well. So it can be a little bit about both of those kind of things. The next one is discounting the positive. So this is a little bit again like filtering. The difference with this is you'll dismiss something. So even if something could help your clients with getting back to the gym, sticking to workouts, any of that kind of stuff, they'll discount it. They'll negate it. They'll push it away because again, they're coming up with the reasons why it won't work or why they can't make it or why they can't. Just they're arguing on one side and the mind is keeping them on that side, even if something on the other side has merit or is worth it. Jumping to conclusions is another one. So this is where we interpret an event or situation negatively without any evidence to support that conclusion. And then when we get to that conclusion, we use that to move from there, which is typically not towards the thing, it's away from the thing. We'll react based on that assumption. And this is like a mind reading. So this is like people thinking 10 steps ahead, like, oh, but if that happens, well, then this. Or if that, well, then this. Again, this is your mind playing tricks on you to keep you from moving forward, keep your clients from moving forward. Catastrophizing is around asking those kind of what if questions. What if I go wrong? What if the roof of the gym falls on me? What if I do this and it doesn't work? What if I don't lose the weight? What if, what if, what if? There's a billion, trillion, bazillion reasons that it might not work. So catastrophizing, again, is a reason to stop movement because everything else will cause anxiety. Our anxiety is causing us to think about all those kind of things. Next, personalization. So this is that you're responsible for events that have nothing to do with you. For example, I don't know, the gym is closed. Oh, it's my fault. I feel so guilty. Or let me take the blame for something that has nothing got to do with me. So we take things personally that aren't even a thing. So like somebody looking at them different in the gym or any of these kind of things. Again, the reason for that is if I take it personally and I feel guilty with that, I'm less likely to move forward. I'll argue away from growth. I'll argue for staying the same and moving back and retreating. Blaming is the next one. So blaming is saying that other people, this is a little bit like the opposite of personalization. So instead of taking it personally, I'll make other people feel responsible for how I feel. So if they say to you, because you're the coach, you're making me feel guilty about, it's like we're externalizing their feelings onto the object, which is always going to be you in front of them. You made me feel bad. And it's just not helpful. It means that other people have responsibility and ownership over how you are more than the individual. And that's not always the case. It's not helpful to have that thought. So again, your clients will blame out rather than taking responsibility. So again, there's that kind of shift in responsibility. Taking it personally is one of them, but blaming and putting responsibility on people out there is another. Next is should. And these are those kind of should statements, like I should track every workout. I should. And these are these kind of rules. And again, they create these expectations that we can't always meet. And there's no exception. So it's all or nothing. Either I hit all my shoulds, or I'm an absolute failure and I'm an awful person. Emotional reasoning is the next one. And so with this one, it's because I feel nervous about doing this presentation, well, then that means that I shouldn't. Because I feel nervous about going to the gym, well, then that means that I shouldn't go. I feel this way, therefore it must be a fact that something else. And this is kind of like we believe future events depend on how we feel. So, I reckon that workout's going to be awful because I feel a little bit sad today. No, not always. Not always the case. So this is kind of ways that mind plays tricks on us to move back. Again, from a place of, I'm not safe in myself. When we let this play out and just catch these bits of languages like never, always, should, must, all that kind of stuff. What if, oh, it's my fault. Oh, no, it's your fault. Whenever we see these things playing out, well, then we can catch them like, oh, this is just a distorting reality under stress or threat. Let's just accept that that's going to happen. And now we'll argue for growth. I remember Tony Robbins saying this, I can, I will, I must. When you can fill in statements after those kind of things, it takes power away from I can't, I won't. I don't know what the opposite of must is. I mustn't, maybe. And when we do that, so I can, I will, I must, and add because, we strengthen one side of the argument for why we will take action, why we will grow, why we will expand into maybe our fitness journey, our change journey, our job, for promotion, have the confidence to do whatever. Because we're clear on the benefits, not just for us, for ourselves, for other people, and for that kind of feeling of who we are in the world, like what our purpose is, what our meaning is, what we're getting fulfillment from. We like if we stay the same, we will suffer. If we grow and expand, we're actually going to improve how we feel about ourselves in the world because we're expanding, we're stretching, we're learning, we're growing. It feels really good. And so it really comes down to blank sheet of paper. What are the cons? Your mind will come up with a billion things there. But what are the pros for taking action? What are the reasons why we must move forward? And then you could also say on the left with cons, what's the con of staying where I am? So given all those cognitive distortions, all or nothing, overgeneralization, discounting the positives, jumping to conclusions, personalization, catastrophizing, shoulds, all this kind of stuff. What's the cost of that to you, to other people, and to your place in the world? And that might just help people accept that their mind will play tricks on them so that they can loosen their grip on those kind of things and then focus on the positives or the reasons why they will move forward. Hopefully helpful, hopefully interesting. Happy Mindset Monday. I wish you a great day and a great week ahead. Speak soon.